What up, YouTube? Ed WeskerGriff coming back with a SGC grade and reveal video. So I got 17 total cards to show off from a recent group submission that I got in with Mike O. If you want to learn more about the grading group on Facebook, or you want to send cards to SGC, I highly recommend checking out the group. Mike always does a really good job. But overall, really happy with my results from the submission. The submission originally was supposed to be 20 business days, because at the time we sent this, SGC was still doing the 20 business day turnaround. They no longer offer that service. Now they have two different services on their website, the I Can Wait or the Express. So the turnaround on this particular order, this order was sent at the end of May, beginning of June, and it took around 80 to 85 business days to come back to Mike O. So roughly around 4 months, which is disappointing when you're expecting 20 business days. But in the current climate of third-party grading, I do understand how SGC got absolutely mobbed with bulk submission orders and regular orders. I know Peter did an interview here on YouTube talking about how in the last couple months they have received 10x uptick in submissions. So kind of pandemonium at SGC. So it is understandable, but I do hope that SGC can trim it up a little bit and get to around a 3-month window. I think ideal 60 to 70 business days would be a great window. So if they can lower it a little bit and tune up their turnaround time a little bit quicker, I think that will only be really great for anyone that uses a third-party grading service. And also, the one thing I do want to say that I have noticed across the board with SGC grading reveals and the different bulk submission results I've been seeing is that even though SGC has been getting flooded and they're up to the ceiling with cards to grade, they haven't sacrificed their consistency or their quality. And I am really, as a collector, I'm very happy to see that, because sometimes you see when companies get tons of cards in, you start to question some of the grades, or you're like, how did this card get this grade? It doesn't look as good in the holder. But I have to say, from what I've seen with SGC, the quality and the consistency have been very much strong. So even though we're waiting longer, it is a quality service that is still being provided. So I do appreciate that. So now let's get on to the results. There are some pretty good heavy hitter cards in here at the time when I sent it, and some cards that I think are probably a little more popular now from when I sent them. So the first card here, this is kind of a hot card in the hobby right now. This is from 2017-2018 Donruss Optic. This came back a mint 9 of Jason Tatum. So I got this card at a card show out of a value box for $5. I want to say I maybe got it at the Philly show or the Chamonix card show. But as you guys know, I always say whenever you can pull a card out of a value box and it comes back either a mint 9 or better, you're definitely winning. You're definitely winning there. You're beating the odds. So one thing to note about this particular card is my track record with Donruss Optic and any type of Chromium Panini products continues. For whatever reason, I cannot get any of these type of products to gem. I don't know what it is. It must be my process, but whenever I send in any Donruss Optic or any Prism, it always comes back a 9, a 999. I cannot get the gem rate on these cards, but really happy to get this one back into the collection. This cool rated rookie Tatum. Definitely a card that has been seeing an uptick recently. And then next is from 2018 Topps Chrome Update. This came back a gem 10 of Gleyber Torres. So I had really, really high aspirations for Glaber this year. Was really, really disappointed with the season he has had, especially the 3 home runs. I really thought Glaber would be a premier power guy this season. I mean, he's still incredibly young. I don't want to write him off like a lot of people are doing. I mean, I've heard some sound clips of Yankee fans calling New York sports radio and saying they want to trade this guy. So I'm definitely not that crazy, but hopefully Glaber can right the ship, and maybe he'll have a very strong postseason. You never know. So glad to get this one to the collection. The nice Gem Mint 10 Glaber Torres from Chrome Update. And then the next card was a huge card during a 2-week period, during opening day and opening week. This card has since kind of bombed out a little bit, but this is from 2018 Topps Chrome Update. This is a Mint 9 of Shohei Ohtani, and just real bad luck with Shohei, unable to stay healthy. And I think going forward, he's just going to be a DH only. I don't think the Angels are going to continue using him as a pitcher. Really got roughed up this year in the opportunities that he was starting. But this one came back a Mint 9 that I sent in. I packed pulled this one myself, and you can't see it on camera, but this card has a huge dimple on the card. It's you can't pick it up on the camera, but in person it's quite obvious. So I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I didn't notice that before sending it off. So that definitely got through my eye. But fortunately, I was able to get a 10 on the other one that I sent in. So one came back a 9, one came back a 10. I'm going to keep the 10 in the collection. Probably will move the 9. But happy to have a 10 of this in the collection, because I did sell my PSA 10 of that card back during opening week when the prices were just ridiculous. I couldn't pass it up. Had to sell it. Think I wind up getting $116 for it, and I don't even think that card sells for that price anymore. Next is a card that was a disappointment. This is from 2017 Topps Chrome. Probably one of the few disappointments of the order. This is the Cody Bellinger rookie card. Came back in near mint to mint 8. So definitely not the grade I'm looking for there on this card. Looked it over again now that it's in the holder, and it's definitely some surface issues on the card. I think there's several refractor lines right here and there on the card, center mass on the card. So I didn't notice it, but I probably would have sent it in regardless, because this is my only copy of the card. But near mint to mint 8 on the 2017 Chrome Bellinger. Then next is from 2018 Topps Chrome Update. This is the rookie debut in a Gem 10 of Juan Soto. So you guys know how big of a Juan Soto fan I am. So happy this came back a gem. This is one I pulled myself. Just a great looking card there. And you guys know, huge fan of Soto. Absolutely love that guy. Man who saved baseball. So great, great card there. Happy that came back to 10. Next is a card that if you look at the grade, you probably think it's terrible, but it's actually, in my opinion, a very strong grade for this card. This is from 1997 Sports Illustrated for Kids. This is the rookie. It is a 7.5 of Allen Iverson. And the reason I say that this is a strong grade is because this is a card that you had to rip out of the magazine. So this was in Sports Illustrated for Kids, and you actually had to physically get this out of the magazine. And there's so many things that can go wrong with the card when you're trying to get it out of the magazine. You can rip it on the sides, or you can cut it the wrong way. So this came back a 7.5, which I think is a pretty damn good grade for something that needs to be ripped out of a magazine. So the answer, Allen Iverson. Very, very cool. I know Mike O gave me this card a couple years ago, so I wanted to get it in a black tux. 7.5 there. Next was a card that I bought at the Neshaminy Card Show. Paid $15 for this card. This was definitely a hurt, but I'm not really too surprised, because I knew that this card had some issues on the corners and on the edges, but this is from 2020 Topps. This is the 1985 Topps design, the black, numbered out of 299 of Yordan Alvarez. So came back at 8.5. I thought it had a chance for a 9, but 8.5 is probably a more accurate grade for this card. Still, regardless, not the grade you want there, and it wasn't, yeah, it just kind of is what it is. It's an 8.5, but yeah, there's a lot of it there. When you look at the card in person, you could definitely see some things, and it is kind of off center, being in the holder. But 8.5, so screwed up on that one. And then next, this is from 2019 Bowman Chrome, the National, the Rapper Redemption. I pulled this card at the show last year. This is Juan Soto, came back a mint 9, and the National cards are really, really tough to gem on. I've seen a lot of people send them in. They always seem to come back either a 9 or 9.5. I've seen quite a few of them come back. But this one came back the 9. I'm happy. Would have liked the 10, but I'll take the 9 for the collection. Another Soto. So can never go wrong with some mint Juan Soto. So got that. And then these next two cards are the US 300. So you guys know what card that is. 2018 Topps Update. Both of these cards I bought at the Philly show, and I paid $15 a piece for these cards. I want to preference this by saying I knew 100% that both these cards were not gemmed. They both had issues on the card. I was shooting for 9s. This one came back at 8.5. So 8.5 on the Soto Update. Again, not really the grade you're looking for here. Was really shooting for the 9. But I knew when I bought this card that there were several issues on the card, especially the two corners down here. Definitely have some issues, but 8.5 is probably the accurate grade for this card. But the next one, thankfully, came back a 9. So was very, very happy that this got the 9. Again, I knew that there was no shot in hell for the 10, since both of them had issues. But I will keep this one for the collection. Most likely will probably move the 8.5. But the Update Soto. Juan Soto. Then next was a card for the Phil's PC. This is from 1999 Topps Finest. This is the Gold Refractor, number out of 100 of my boy Rico Bronio. So this is a die cut card. Happy about that grade. 9.5, numbered out of 100. One of the things that SGC does that I really do appreciate is they actually put the numbering of the card on there. So it says 80 out of 100. And they do that with all number cards. I think that's a pretty cool feature that they do. But the 9.5 on the Finest Rico Bronio. He had several really good years for the Phillies. I know one year he had, I think, 105 RBIs, and dude could break. Next card, speaking of the Phillies, this is from 2001 Bowman Draft Picks. This is his rookie card in a mint 9. This card is so difficult to gem. It is the Chase Utley. In my opinion, one of the toughest cards, especially more recent cards, to gem on. Just so many, these cards are so condition sensitive. And this was actually the best one that I own raw, and had this card for several years. I had it in my PSA pile, but I thought there was a really, really strong possibility that I could get the 9.5 mint plus, so that's why I sent it to SGC. I was very confident if I sent it in, it would get either a 9 or better, but had it in the PSA pile, knew that it had a really legitimate shot for the PSA 9, but I figured I try to get the 9.5, but it came back the 9, so my initial opinion on the card was right. But sweet card. In my opinion, potentially a future Hall of Famer. Next is probably my favorite card from the order. This just looks so amazing in the black tux. This is from 2012 Topps. This is the Gold Sparkle of Roy Halladay. Man, this card looks amazing in the black tux with the the gold shine there. Hopefully that glare's not too bad, but looks really, really awesome there. Of Hall of Famer Roy Halladay. Absolutely love this card. Looks fantastic. So, Gem 10 there. Then we got some more Philly Shine. This is from 2011 Topps. This is the Diamond Anniversary Hope, which are numbered out of 60. This is of Carlos Ruiz. So more great Philly Shine there. You might not know who Carlos Ruiz is if you're not a Phillies fan, but if you are a Phillies fan, you know just how important Carlos Ruiz was to the Phillies' success during some of their great runs of the last decade. I think he has the distinction of being one of the only catchers to catch a perfect game and several other no-hitters. So Chooch was just absolutely amazing behind the dish. So really, really great card there. As you can see on the back, numbered out of 60 from the now famous 2011 Topps design. And then the next card is from 2019 Topps Chrome Update. This is the Blue Refractor, numbered out of 150 of Kevin Biggio. So that came back at Gem Mint 10. Had another copy of this card that I sent to PSA that also came back at Gem 10. So two separate third-party grading companies, PSA, SGC, sent the same color refractor. Both came back at 10. So that's cool. Numbered there on the back. And then the last card was actually a gift that Mike O gave me. He had an extra one of these, so he hooked it up. This is from 2020 Topps Gypsy Queen. This is the Bryce Harper in a 9.5. So I did not submit this card. Mike just hooked it up. So thank you so much, Mike. Really appreciate that. Awesome to have a Harper Phillies in the collection. So add that to the slabbed PC. So overall, that was my submission. Like I said, pretty damn satisfied with the results. I know there was a few probably disappointments in there, but I did not have some of those cards getting gems, so kind of softened the blow for me, especially on these update Sotos. I kind of knew well ahead of time that they definitely did not have a shot at the gem, but that's the type of card, in my opinion, that's kind of going to get, it's a popular card in the hobby, and I just feel like it's not worth to have it raw. You might as well get it graded. So that was kind of the mindset there. But overall, very, very pleased with the results. Definitely got a lot of nice cards for the collection, and a couple cards that I could probably move to pick up other things for the PC. So that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching the video. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think, and good luck on your future submissions. Take care. Have a great one.